Hi everyone, just thought I would take a chance. My air's doing pretty good today. I'm able to breathe, so today might be a good day to try and do a stitchy tag. I think this one is Know Your Needleworker by Whimsydaisical. I think her name is Nicki. I have a desire to do all of the tags that are out there. I just have to go back and find them all now. And some questions I don't know if I'll know an answer to, and I may have to occasionally put my glasses on because I'm having a hard time seeing far away today. So the first one is Where Do I Live? And I am in North Texas, outside the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. What do I do for a living? I've done just about everything. I currently am unemployed. I am working through a number of debilitating health issues. So right now I'm pretty much employed as a full-time participator in physical therapy. That's the best job description I can give. So let's say, and part-time cross-stitcher. We'll do that. Those would be my jobs. Do you have any children? No. I was not blessed with the ability to have children. I did have a foster child for about 3 years. I was a stepmother to 2 children when I was younger in a relationship, and I have lots of nieces and nephews. So I love children, I just don't have any. Do you have pets? I do not currently have a pet, and this is the first time in my life I haven't. I've had animals since I was a baby, and I miss it dearly. My last was a Cocker Spaniel, and she passed, and I did not realize I've lost animals many times in my life. I did not realize what her passing would do to me emotionally. So I have not been able to replace her. I was blessed before all of this physical stuff happened with a part-time job as a pet sitter, and I enjoyed being able to take care of others' pets and give them all my love and attention. And I do miss that. But blessed with friends who have a couple dogs that let me come pet them once in a while. What are your other hobbies besides stitching? This is kind of hard for me to go through because none of my hobbies are here. I moved to Texas for a job position and kind of filled up my car and drove down, and all my belongings are still in the northwest or northeast. So I didn't have any crafts with me, but maybe a skein of yarn and about 20 pictures and 5 or 6 scrapbooking pieces of paper when I moved here, and I was so incredibly busy, working 60, 70, 80 plus hours in a week. Yes, more than 80 hours in a week. So I hardly slept, let alone had any time for crafting. And when these debilitating things happened, I did suffer with, well, I still suffer with, I'm still dealing with depression, anxiety, the things that come with big changes in your life. And from being a workaholic to non-working is a huge change, and the resulting depression, anxiety were expected by my doctors, although I had no clue. So my first year of going through the beginnings of even trying to figure out structurally what's wrong with me, I wasn't doing anything that motivated me, kept me active, gave me a semi-social outlet, and that wasn't helping me. So I walked into a craft shop that the people were very welcoming, and I said I picked up this little cross-stitch kit at Michael's, and I've been working on it, but it's horrible, and I'm not doing very good, and I don't know what I'm doing, and it looks like you have tons of cross-stitch stuff here, so anyway, we'll get probably more into that in another tag, but basically that's how this became my primary focus. But in my past, I have been a crocheter, I have been a oil painter, I have dabbled in acrylic painting, I have done quite a bit of ceramics. I used to make just about every Christmas gift that went out, and if I didn't make the gift, I made the wrapping or the ornament, or there's always something crafty. But I do not have an original craftiness. In other words, I can follow a pattern. If I'm sitting down beside somebody, I can copy it. But to create something on my own, I don't have that kind of creativity. I want it, I wish I had it, I desire to have it, but I don't. I also desire to have a soprano singing voice, and I don't have that either. So anyway, I used to be pretty crafty at a lot of things, lots of other hobbies. I used to dabble in some woodworking, wood burning. I love to read still. I love to walk, and anything outdoors. Walking, hiking, camping, kayaking, anything that involves a horse, horseback riding, and anything that involves ballroom dancing or swing dancing or country western dancing. So I have a ton of hobbies. I just don't do them anymore. Cross stitch is pretty much it right now. What is your favorite movie? Such a hard question. And this is probably going to sound pretty strange, but my absolute favorite movie is The Last of the Mohicans. And it's not only because of the story, it is because of the cinematography. It just takes me away. Every time I watch that movie, the vistas and the panoramas are breathtaking. But I can't say I have a true favorite movie because I like so much that is out there. And the same is true for what is your favorite TV show? I don't have a favorite TV show. For years and years I didn't watch TV. I didn't even have a TV. Then I had a 13-inch black and white TV. Rabbit ears, you know. And I didn't miss it. I mean, before that I had cable, and I'd had all the movie channels, and I'd had the, color, 27-inch color TV, and, back when that was the largest you could kind of get without going on to a floor model. But, then I kind of went backwards, and went back to just listening to music, reading books, and I didn't really miss TV. I do like TV. I do have it on. It is most of the time for background noise while I'm doing other things. Something for me to stimulate me visually that's moving. And there are a few shows that I like to watch just for the sole purpose of being able to discuss them with someone. Probably the best way for me to say favorites is I am really big into crime dramas, but I'm particular about them. So I love things like Hill Street Blues, NYPD Blue, The Law and Orders, although I didn't like Criminal Intent. I liked all the others. But I don't necessarily like every police drama that's out there or crime drama that's out there. I love going back and watching older crime dramas, Dragnet and things like that. Adam 12, kind of kitschy 70s shows. I can do the romantic comedy, But pretty much those are just if I'm sitting around with the girls that I watch those. A few documentaries. Again, TV is where kind of I have a variety of interests. You know, what's my favorite book? What's my favorite music? Again, these are all hard things for me to answer because I don't have favorites. My favorite book series, though, is James Herriot's series, the All Creatures Great and Small, All Things Bright and Beautiful, All Things Wise and Wonderful, and the Lord God Made Them All. I was going to be a veterinarian. From the time I was a small child till I was 16, I was going to be a country vet. I was going to have the house, the husband, the 2.5 kids, the picket fence, the horse in the backyard, and I was going to be a country vet. And none of that worked out. So I love reading his books. I love his style. But again, favorite books, I read a lot of Madeleine L'Engle books, you know, kind of fantasy, so I'm all over the map. Music, my favorite two songs, now these are kind of easier for me. One is Time in a Bottle, Jim Croce, and the other is Jim Reeves' version of All That I Am. So it's a Christian song. I'm sorry, Just As I Am, not All That I Am, Just As I Am. Those are my two favorite songs. I will listen to them over and over and over repeatedly. But again, music, as long as I can understand the words, I'm going to listen to it, and I'm probably going to enjoy it. So, every kind of music. If it makes me want to bang my head up against the wall, not in a good way, then I'm probably going to stop listening to it. It's kind of a funny music story. I was driving across country with a work team, and my co-pilot in the van, we had a 15-passenger van, was a backstage director off-Broadway in season. And off-season he worked at our company, and we were trying to drive all the way across Texas, and my crew was anxious and noisy and bothering me, so he and I decided to put on show tunes at the top of the volume, and it made everybody close their ears, go to sleep, and let me get across the state as fast as I could. So that's just kind of a fun little music connection. I am going to kind of stop right here because it asks for what word best describes me, and I sure don't have one, and that's kind of the last question in this tag. So I'm going to have to think about that one and come back to this question at a later time. But this is fun. I like these tags. I might try and do another one. So keep stitching those memories. Have a great day.